you switch places with you. Switch places. You scoot over. Brody, you right here. Out of the sign. I want you here. Because you were back there all camouflaged. You sitting in a power chair over there. Alright. So, this is a little test. Kind of a demonstration. Kind of Brody, you and Jesse switch places. He's shorter than you. He'll fit under that sign. Yeah, I'll move it next time or something.
She comes out here at 4:30 and
anyway, hey, stop. Don't touch nothing. Don't mess with nothing. Pause.
You get traffic no matter what coming that hallway.
Okay, so this is a part of the new project that I'm going to start, and which I'm going to do pieces of it right here and right now. Nobody knows the final conclusion to the thing except for me. These 4 midgets, myself and my wife, will all be in the next set. Well, the upcoming project anyway. And I'm going to try to do something original, hopefully something that's never been done before, and hopefully something that works. And hopefully we can all learn how to do this together. If anybody comes up with any better suggestions to what I'm doing, I'm all ears. I'm more than open to it. Tips on parenting, creativity, arts and crafts, anything like that. Now at the same time, before I get too far, let me help explain that this is a beta test too for the camera. Excuse me just a second. So anyway, I wanted you to first meet the actors who are going to be participating in be these characters. And at the same time, I'm also doing something with all of y'all. Y'all are all learning etiquette. Okay, but this is a new kind of etiquette. This is
Hi from Germany.
What up from Germany? See? German guy watching. What's up, guy? Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Alright. So, as part of online etiquette, each of you only say your first name. Or, this is what we're going to go with. You're going to pick a character name. Remember how I told you earlier? You're watching me right there? Okay. You're going to come up with a character. Whoever you want to be, whatever you can imagine, whatever you can dream up. Okay? You're going to come up with a name. Okay? And then we're going to come up with skills. And then we'll come up with...
Hi, where are you from?
We're in Tennessee. You're going to come up with special powers. It'd be those 3 things that we build your character on. Okay? So, right now, to start with, don't run in the house. All the normal rules while we're doing this totally still apply. So, you know, no running, no stomping, no arguing, no screaming, all the normal stuff, you know, the indoor things, okay? Keeping those in mind without losing yours. But you go get 1 toy. Wait, hi. Go get your favorite weapon or gun or something. Go get me your favorite weapon or gun or something. Go. Go.
Why am I
go.
ahead of everybody
No,
else?
you're not ahead of everybody else. That's just your new one. I said your favorite one. Go. Still go. Now they don't know it, but what they're about to tell me is how I'm going to do the story for the next bit that's coming. See? I knew it. That's not a weapon. That's an accessory. Go get a weapon. It's not a weapon that don't do nothing. No, I didn't say favorite toy neither. I didn't. It's recorded. I said favorite weapon or gun. Technically, a weapon is a gun, but the reason I said weapon is because I was thinking melee too. Swords, chainsaws, any of that stuff you got. See? She got a bow. It's not a gun, it's a bow. You got a gun. That's your favorite gun? That's your favorite gun? That's just your new one. You sure?
She carries that around all the time.
You wanna? Okay. You can wear that too. Just I'm not gonna write that in just yet. Okay. We're not making costumes yet. I just told you to do one thing. Okay. So, are you all thinking about your stuff? Huh? I know you're all thinking. Don't pull on the string, baby. Don't break it. Okay. Who wants to go first? Actually, Mama, hand me a dice. That's how we're gonna do this. Hand me a dice.
Of the new things?
Doesn't matter. I don't think I have any in this undertale here. You do? Okay, go show Mama. Set your weapon in the chair and go show Mama.
Isn't there one on your
Oh,
desk?
I'll see them. We're fine. Just one?
Yeah, just bring me all of them. Just hand them to her.
Can I do the
Be careful, don't rip the outside box. Keep it.
I love the USA, the BBQ for example.
Huh, awesome. I don't know what that bubble thing does. I think that's when somebody likes or whatever. That's cool. Thank you, man.
There's 4 people watching now.
Uh-oh.
Peace, love, and applesauce. Milk, baby.
Peace, love, and applesauce.
Yeah, it's my quote.
Yeah. Well, Mama, did you hear all that stuff I said a minute ago?
No.
Oh, you did?
No.
Well, we're not going to call each other by our real names, okay? As a part of online etiquette, we don't say each other's real names. We're going to go by our online names or our character names, okay?
She don't have one
so
yet.
she will. No, she'll just
She
no.
have mine.
This
Nice
is,
family.
This is not a gaming thing. This
Thank
is
you.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a kind of a play. Right? They're making characters right now, so they're going to make their own character names. We'll write them down. They got their favorite weapons. We're going to write down the stats and the powers. Okay, that's why we needed the dice too. And so, if you want to be thinking about your character too, because I'm going to have a character, they're all going to have a character. You don't have to, but if you want to, be thinking about it. Because I'm going to start doing theirs now. Like
I'm
right
Fairy
now.
Queen.
Okay, you
I
can still
know
be
my
Fairy
character.
Queen,
I'm
but like
JP
you
Power
gotta
Ranger.
just keep up with the steps as we go.
Okay.
Is that what you want your character name to be? JT Power Ranger?
Mine is gonna be Vegeta.
Well,
I don't get it.
it'd be better if you
Oh my
come up
gosh,
with
it's
something
level
original.
9,000.
I need 1,000. I'm Mega Kid.
Mega Kid, huh?
I'm Mega Kid.
I don't know. There it is. It's taped closed again. Twice. This thing is double closed. What is up with it? Hey, watch it. It's so sharp in my hand, wolf.
Pew. Pew, 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 pew.
Look at it. Mind yourself.
What do you think about the USA today?
I don't think it's real great, bro. I don't think it's great at all. I have to be honest. I can't even watch the news anymore. I'm so appalled by most of them's behavior. I can't even watch, man. Because they lie to us as much as they lie to themselves, you know? So I can't watch it. It makes me miserable, dude. I try to ignore it and just try to do what I can to live a normal life with my family. As best I can, anyway, within what restrictions I have, you know? Man, what in the world is wrong with this thing? Jesus Christ. Grady, go get me a yellow scissors out of my tool pouch.
Sir.
Okay, well, I'll get those dice out in a second. Tyler, what do you want your character name to be?
JT Power Ranger.
You sure? Okay.
And about Trump.
Oh yeah, dude, that didn't raise my confidence none when he won, man. That didn't help me feel any better. JT Power Ranger. And what's your fave gun? What is that? What is this?
MX.
Nah, that's just what this thing says. It's a toy, but it's a mock-up of. Oh, this is the gun from the RoboCop. It's an old show. I know you ain't never seen it before, but this is the RoboCop gun. Yeah. Hey, RoboCop. And what's your special power? What do you want your special power to be? Think about it. Don't rush.
Fly.
Is that the only thing you want to do is fly?
Shoot lasers. And
Well, you don't have an infinite number of things. You need to pick one particular power, one thing that you can do that nobody else can do, because nobody else will be able to use it once you use it. So make it a good one. Y'all be thinking about yours. You want to be able to breathe underwater?
yes.
Okay.
And next.
I'll tell you who's next. Don't tell me what's who.
Alien readings. Where are the people freaked out?
Alright. So. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
It is my dream to visit the USA with its beautiful landscape.
Some spots are nice, bro. Some spots are pretty good. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
10.
Pick a number between 1 and 10. Any number between 1 and 10. Show me with your hands. Quick. Show me a number. Any number between 1 and 10. So show me with your hands. Go sign language on me. 9? Okay. Number was 3. So it goes Jesse, Chloe, Brody. Did you just make the tear down your face? Alright. So Jesse was next. What did you want your name to be?
Vegeta.
Kid, you don't want to use something that's already somebody else's name to that.
Many weapons in this room, dangerous.
No, nothing but Nerf stuff and lightsabers and Nerf guns and toys, you know. You go put, give me the gun. Go put these back where I told you to. Hey, you see how I'm holding? That's how you carry scissors. You close your hand around them. He knows. I know he knows.
So what was somebody talking about, the U.S.?
Yeah, hold
Kind of political with kids?
up. No, it's a dude from Germany. He asked me what I thought about Trump and what I thought about the U.S. today, and said he wanted to come and see the landscape.
Oh yeah, they are beautiful.
They are, but politics, you know, it's all a muck.
Watch some Morning show. We might talk about it.
Yeah, I may talk about that in the adult portions of it, because even though I'm going to try to give this channel some range. Most parts will be kid friendly. Like right now, I kind of curb my vocabulary, so to speak, because I don't want to be inappropriate with kids, especially my own. I don't want to teach them the wrong stuff. But there are going to be perspectives done from an adult standpoint, from, you know, as a parent kind of thing, and I'll be a little more brutally honest in that, you know, you'll hear my opinions and stuff more. I generally try not to do those things in front of them because I don't want my opinion to become their opinion.
What do you think about Germany? Please, serious.
You know, to be honest, I don't know a lot about Germany. I know very limited things. I know y'all have got some really good architecture. I don't know anything about your laws or your country's principles or anything like that. To be honest, I don't have much of a history on Germany, so I don't really have an opinion on it. I have nothing against anyone. I have a bunch of German and Dutch friends, over PSN, and you know they're all good folks, man. Nobody's ever done me wrong. Nobody's ever like been dirty or mean or nothing. So it's fun. Everybody I've ever met's been polite and nice. So like I kind of dig them. You know, they're honest and a lot of them are funny, dude. But what?
I got a lot of German in me.
What do you want your character name to be?
Gamer kid.
Huh?
Gamer kid.
Gamer kid. Okay.
It could be gamer boy.
Okay. You did your character. Let them do theirs. Okay.
Hi.
What up?
People
Let's
laugh.
see.
Yes.
That's okay. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about that stuff. Try not to pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to each other. We are the ones in the room. This is just equipment. Okay? It's monitoring us being us. Okay? And that's what we're going for. Alright? Alright, gamer kid. And what's your favorite weapon?
Fists.
No, not fists, because that's not what you brought me. I said a weapon. I said, what's your favorite weapon? No, I didn't say what's your favorite way to fight. You gotta pay attention to the question. Okay, there's your favorite weapon. Why?
Me and Brody have just got in. Brody already fixed it. And plus the emerald clip comes out easily, and it's really easy to play with it. Can I?
So that's the only reason you're that's your favorite? No, don't do nothing with that yet. Alright. So what gun are we gonna call this then? It's gotta have a thing, a name. Yeah, this is a Glock. That's a Glock, yeah. That's what it's mimicking. That's a Glock. So
We'll call it Glock.
The most people cannot forget the bad history of Germany. Sad.
yeah, I agree. That is, you know, everybody at some point had a bad past. You know, everybody has made mistakes. I think people grow from their mistakes. You know what I mean? That's how we move past things. I don't hold nothing against nobody, and I don't teach them to either. You know.
We love everybody. Peace, love, and applesauce, baby.
Where'd the applesauce part come from? Where'd you get that off of?
I just said it one day.
Peace,
Everybody
love,
was going around saying peace, love, and
stuff.
what is it?
Applesauce.
Yeah, stuff. And
Yeah,
mine's
yeah.
peace, love, and applesauce.
What did I tell you?
That was my
Behave
quote on
yourself. Stop
Facebook
paying
for the
attention to the
longest.
camera. Huh?
That was my quote on Facebook for the longest. It under my picture, my profile picture, it said
Uh-huh.
peace, love, and applesauce.
I thought it was peace,
It
love,
probably
and
still does.
prosperity. Wasn't it peace, love, and prosperity?
It's peace, love, and happiness. I think
No, it's prosperity, isn't it?
it's all different kind of things.
Peace, love, it's peace, applesauce, and
Right.
and stuff.
Alright.
Vulcan life.
So, what do you want to call the gun? It's a Glock, but what do you want to call it? Give it a name.
The gun of
No. I said a name, not a title. Give it a name.
Mr. Glock.
Alright. That works.
Mr. Glock.
So we're making up characters and we're making up names for our guns.
Oh, me and you are not telling what ours are going to be out loud. Our character stats will be the blind ones throughout the whole series. Throughout the whole thing. Yeah, we are.
I have to go. It is late in Germany. Really nice family. Bye.
Good night.
Thank you. You have a good night.
And thank you.
Yeah, mine and your characters will remain inconsistent through the whole thing. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use us as the X factor in the thing. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
variable that can change,
Yeah.
which both shifts focus and villain and story plot. So I keep it interchangeable, being kind of open, you know. So, hey, would you do me a favor and get up here right and quit trying to act out? All right. So, Mr. Glock, and what's your power?
To be able to turn Super Saiyan blue.
To go Super Saiyan Blue. Okay, look. Okay. Why is everything you got like GTA based? Or I mean, DBZ based? Yeah.
This is like Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I mean, I do too, but what specifically is your power? What? Because going Super Saiyan Blue is kind of vague. There's a lot of stuff you can do with Super Saiyan Blue. That's a lot of stuff, man. Like flying and throwing blue balls and moving faster than light. You gotta do something.
What's your secret?
You know, narrow it down for me. Will you hand me my drink right there, please?
So you've already come up with yours?
I've already got
You already
mine.
asked him his?
Yeah, he was first.
I got a great idea for him.
He said breathing with water.
Mine is the ability to make contact with anybody.
Hey, shush, it ain't your turn.
That's all for
You're last. We picked numbers. It was fair.
Look forward.
All right. Just think more about your power.
I didn't even get any.
Huh?
I didn't get any.
A number?
You said you picked numbers.
Yeah, I just picked him first. I picked a number for the rest of them. That's while we was waiting on the dice. That's what I needed that for. I got tired waiting.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
To be able to do alchemy.
that's another vague one. That's another. If you can do alchemy, that's another. You can do almost anything
So what,
kind of
you
deal.
can manipulate metal?
Everything. No, it's not just metal. Alchemy.
Well,
It's like witchcraft for everything. Stone, water.
I know, but I mean, like, I was,
Narrow it down.
yeah, narrow it down.
To be able to make swords out of anything. How to build a sword.
Okay. Sword transformation then.
Yes.
Okay. Sword
Table
transformation.
turns into a table sword.
Okay.
Throw it at them, they die.
Who wants to recognize?
Why is it when she got in here, you thought it would be okay to start misbehaving? Why is that?
My emerald fell.
What did we call it?
Sword transformation.
Yeah.
Maple. Sure.
Just
Maple, no.
Okay. Well, we went over the etiquette a minute ago, and when we're talking and the camera and stuff is on, we only want to talk to one person at a time because other people can't.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling you. You can only talk like one person at a time, and I'm reiterating this for y'all. You can only talk one person at a time because the people can only understand one person at a time. If we both start talking over one another, we can understand each other, but nobody else can understand us. See what I'm saying? You gotta remember that. That's another part of etiquette. So like when you're playing online games and stuff, when you're playing with people, make sure that, because the parties are more than two. So if there's more than two people in there, don't talk over somebody else, because then other people don't hear either one of you. It's like white noise. You don't get nothing out of it. All right. All right. Chloe, what is your character name? You thinking about the wrong stuff. What's your character name?
You tell him.
Say it out loud. Princess? That's all you want it to be? Just princess?
Yeah, I asked her if she wanted to be like Princess something, and
You just want to be a princess?
Yeah.
Ha! That's what I call you anyway. I ain't even got to say nothing funny for your name. I can call you princess.
Yeah.
Lucky I can call you toothless.
You'll smile so everybody give me some tea.
Stop critiquing everybody's stuff. Everybody gets to have their own character just like you get to have yours. Okay? That's really troublesome. You keep trying to draw attention to yourself because it's a whole family. Okay? We're doing this project together and you need to follow instructions. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Put on my sculptor.
What was your friend's name?
Alright. And his is the RoboCop gun.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, he didn't know it was the RoboCop gun. He didn't know that that's what that was.
Yeah.
He tried to read the name off the side. Nah, that's the RoboCop gun.
You don't know who RoboCop is, do you?
I've seen
No?
The movie.
What's your weapon? What weapon did you pick? A bow and arrow. And why? Why'd you pick a bow and arrow?
Because you
Okay.
get to use bullets in it.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your weapon's name?
Tell him. He'll understand you say it.
Spider?
Sparkle.
Sparkle. I'm sorry. Okay, Sparkle. And what is your power? To fly? Is that all you want?
And maybe she wants to be able to shoot her bow and arrow perfectly. So oh, I lost the word.
Like a sniper in the sky.
No, bow and arrow person.
Cupid?
Archer.
Archer.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
She's the master of archery.
Hang on. Hang on. It's not here now. Just hang on. Oh, I hate the music.
Leave it alone, it's braided. I'm gonna pull the braid out. Let it. Leave it alone. Are we still streaming?
Yep. I'm just trying to get the music.
Hello to anybody watching. Glad to have you on our show.
Are you sure the only power you want is to fly? Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
You don't want to be able to see through the walls for a reason, or shoot lasers out of your eyes, or
That's okay. It's fine.
be able to run super fast like Flash, or be strong like Wonder Woman, or strong. Be strong like Wonder Woman, Daddy.
Hang on. And what do you want your character to be called?
Mega kid.
Nega? N-E-G?
That out your mouth. And you know it goes like this, right? Hold this with your put it with the right. And you're gonna hold it with the left. Put your right on it. There we go. Alright, you're standing up. Stand up, come here. I want to hug. I'm trying to go in there.
Well, hang on. We're almost done, Mom.
Go, okay?
What?
I know it's coming.
You rushing up on me first.
Put your
Hey, hang on.
hand
No?
The murder industry.
Doing all this for the show.
Huh? What's that, Mama?
I was telling him to just go slow, because he's, just sitting here not doing nothing. He's kind of bored.
I know. Hang on. We're trying to.
Right here.
Well, you're supposed to be paying attention, but we're all doing this together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in there because I'm a big distraction to him.
Yeah.
And I got more papers I gotta go through anyways. So
All
just
right.
go to the doctor.
All right.
You guys have fun? You guys have fun?
What do you think we
Love you guys.
Oh, I'm glad you told me that.
Brady Bunch. What?
Yeah.
You okay? Just talk, Mom.
Okay. Almost done. All right, Brody. What's your weapon? What are you calling it? What are you going with? What is
the
it?
cryolator.
The cryolator? Cry as in cry? Like
Freezing.
Okay, so like a freezing gun? Okay. Cryolator. Cryolator. Okay. Okay.
kid right here really thought about his.
Almost misspelled it. Yeah, most people do. Most people dream up stuff anyway. Alright, and what's your power?
Originally teleportation, but if I come into contact with
Wait a minute.
anybody else
Okay.
that has a power, I have the ability to use their powers as well. So like it's a mix.
So you've got teleporting, and let's say, because that's pretty open. So you can't do that with everybody you come in contact, because that becomes way too much. But how about the people you are within close proximity to, is in close to in a fight? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Power, teleportation. And that'd be, they are in a proximity of you, so we'll call it proximity power share. Okay.
I like that.
All right. So it's almost 5 o'clock. Okay. Does everybody remember their names first? Okay, because you got 2 assignments I'm going to give you. Okay, we got 2 things you want to do. Now, you don't have to stay on top of these things. It's not like a chore. Hey, I need you to look at me. It's not like a chore, and it's not like homework or nothing. Okay, but I do want you to be thinking about it. Okay, so this stuff is a little different. Okay, hey, hit me. All right. So what we're going to do is, number 1, we're going to start calling each other by these character names. So Mom is Fairy Queen. Jesse is Gamer Kid. Chloe is Princess. You're going to be called Princess all the time now. We're going to start calling each other these names all the time. Okay?
It's gonna be so hard.
And you're going to be JT Power Ranger. And you're going to be Nega Kid. Okay? So Gamer Kid, Nega Kid, Princess, and JT Power Ranger. Okay?
You know, I kind of been used to calling them.
Yeah, I know.
Midget. It's like your nickname. It's
Yeah. Okay, so what I want you to do is 1, try to remember everybody's names. Chloe, you listening? Number 1, try to remember everybody's name. Number 2, I want you to imagine what their costume looks like. So your character, with the powers that you told me, what will their costume look like? Okay, and I want you to be thinking about that until the next time we do this. Okay, and then we'll see if we'll draw them up or something. You know what I mean? We're gonna try to create these things. Now, the whole purpose of this is I'm trying to show how you don't need money to make you happy. Everything we have, we are dirt poor. Everything we have is stuff that I have either saved and worked my ass off for, or it was junk, it was crap, it was stuff from a thrift store or a yard sale or a Goodwill or a hand-me-down or something I just found somewhere and I turned it into something. I made something out of it. But you don't need money to make your dreams come true. You don't need money to do whatever you want. You can already do whatever you want. All you need is 2 things, period. Wit and will. That's it. That's all you need. So right now, take it 1 step at a time. Okay? We've made the characters. These are your powers and these are your names. So now you got to think up a costume. What's he going to look like? Okay? Now, y'all can go play. You can play your tablets. You can play the Vita. You can play your 4. You know what you got to do to play on the 4. But next time we come and sit down, I want y'all to describe to me what those characters look like. Okay?
Sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Can I
All
do this last step at the end?
What?
The button.
What? Do the button. Ah, you ain't got that.
Taking a spin.
All right, y'all go play.
Hey, Dad.
Yep.
You know what's funny?
Hmm?
I already got my guys' stuff dressed out, already planned out.
Okay.
You know.
I don't want to hear about it right now. Remember?
Alright.
All right. Nope.
No,
all
no,
right.
this is about the weapon.
Nope. Nope. I don't want to hear about that neither. Not yet.
It's about
Do it in the sections that I say. I'm doing it like this for a reason. I don't need you to understand. I need you to trust me. Can I get your tablet? Yes, ma'am, I can. Here you go, princess. You would pick a name you already got. Boy, that's an easy transition, ain't it?
my character's Sly.
Okay, like I said, don't tell me no more about it until next time I ask about it. Either tomorrow or the next day one. We'll do more of it, okay? I love you. Go behave. You need tablet, Vita, what? I still got some other stuff I gotta do. Okay? So wait. Vita, tablet, what? What do you need?
I was going to ask if I could play this just for my secret side.
Why don't you play one of your things for right now? We'll see about that other thing later. What do you want? Your tablet? Don't go behind there. Just ask me for it. All right. I'm going to switch microphones. Up to this point, this has been a kind of a test to see how well that microphone picks up. Because some of the things I'm doing, they're going to be scripted. They're not always going to be live. They're not always going to be live. And I need to see how well that microphone does. For production quality purposes or voiceovers and all kinds of stuff, I may have to use. Get y'all some toys.
I did.
Okay, tell everybody else come get theirs. I'm gonna hurt you. Well, I don't mind that. Oh, it's over in the chair. Anyway, I needed to both test all of them on screen and get them started on this process so that I can start going for a script, character designs, so on and so on. And the way I'm going to do this, and the other reason for the dice, is I'm going to do this a little bit like a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I've played a ton of games like I've never really been into D&D. I understand the principle and how it works, but I guess I need a refresher on maybe some of the rules, or maybe just make up some of my own rules. And we're going to play out this game. Each one will have like a purpose or a point, but instead of like a dungeon master kind of quest thing, I'm going to do it more like a family thing, or an educational thing, or just something every person or every kid or every whatever goes through. And I'm going to try to monitor them and mix both their characters with who they actually are, which part of that has already been shown in each one. So this is also kind of like a field test too. I hate to say it, but I guess it is kind of an experiment. This may or may not work. I'm really hoping it will, and I really, really do think it will. But I have no formal education of any kind to speak of, so I could just be an idiot trying some shit. I'm not sure. But I've got their character basis. We're going to play the whole thing out. Each character will be played out like a game of Dungeons and Dragons, but at which turn I will use that to write out a script, and we will act out the whole thing. Now, here in a minute, I'm going to do a second half of this particular stream. I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to do it from my phone. And that's because I've got to do another field test for, I'm thinking in sections, because I know I can record with both. I can record on the PlayStation using the share button to do anything I want to here and in and throughout the living room and be able to stream that. I've also got a green screen that I can use for background effects, and I already know that I can use my phone to keep any pre-recorded things. But I need to see how well the microphone works, and I need to see how it does on a live broadcast. So I'm going to test that both at home, and then later from another point I'm going to test it from a public space, so it'll be running off my phone and see if it still keeps up with it. But for right now, what did I need? Oh, I remember. Let me switch to a different headset here. This way, I will actually be able to, right here toward the end of it, I can go back and I can watch just the end of this to see the difference in video quality, how much we need to speak up to find our personal volume control, whether the fan can be heard or the dishwasher or any variables I need to make sure that I've planned ahead of time accordingly for each. That way I won't have to do any reshoots. I'm going to try to do as much of this as I can live. Some of it will be scripted and, you know, intentionally so for comedy purposes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to show people how to have fun with their kids with next to nothing, man. So many people want to make their kids happy, but they don't know how, or they don't feel like they have the money, or maybe they just don't feel well enough themselves, man. And you know, it didn't occur to me till I started putting all this together. Hang on. All right. It didn't occur to me till I started putting this thing together, like what my goal was for this, like what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to show. I guess it's core. I'm trying to show how you can still be who you are as a parent, as a father, as a mother, as a gamer, and still be happy. And still, you don't have to have a lot of money. All you have to have is the wit and the will. Those are the only two things you need to do anything you want. That's it. Not money. Money will come and go. It's a fucking stream. You swim when you need to, you know. But if I could, if I could change anything in the world, okay, I would teach people how to be happy. I would teach people how to be happy and how to make their kids happy. Because if you're gonna change the world, you got to change them. Those are the things you got to change, and they're not gonna change by continuing to be lied to by everyone. You know, at the same time, you have to prepare them. You know, as parents, you want to be the good parent, right? You want to be the one that they love, but at the same time, there are things that they need. There are things that they do not like to do, but they are necessary in becoming a responsible adult. You know, not a person, not a civilian, not a believer of anything. The only thing that they have to believe in is themselves. How they and the person that they become is your personal responsibility. If you love them, don't be afraid to punish them. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to make them do the things that they need to do. Because one day you will be gone. One day you will be dead and in the ground, and you can't help them anymore. You can't save them. You can't bail them out. You can't make any more excuses or cover their ass anymore. And what are they going to do? What happens to them from that point on? That's what you are responsible for. You're not responsible for the times you're there. You're responsible for the times that you're not there, because they are that thing based on what you taught them, what you showed them, whether it was attention, money, you know, so on and so forth. They are the things. They are all products of their environment. You want them to be happy? You want them to love themselves? Then love them. Show them. Teach them. Don't be afraid. They're already afraid. They don't need you to be afraid. But with that said, I don't see a reason why you can't do all those things happily. And I'm going to try to explain those, you know, from a normal person's perspective. I don't have any kind of broken reality. I don't have, you know, a ton of money in a big ass mansion and a bunch of maids and servants. We do everything ourselves. We do everything by hand, you know, short of the dishes and the laundry. You know what I mean? Like everything else, we got a routine. It breaks down every day. You know, we wake up, we have breakfast. We get ready for school. We're off to school. While they're off to school, I write my clips. I edit my clips. I fucking, you know, I go through and I do all the stuff. I pre-think out everything I need to do. I work on props. I stream. I game. I have other projects in which I propel each one to somewhere, to some end, you know. And then once they get home, they come in. They go homework. Oh, I'm sorry. No, they go snack, change clothes, homework, chore, then whatever game. My oldest son, uh, mega kid, he's got a PS4 too. But before he can play, he's 13 and he'll be 14 this year. So I let him play in the PlayStation 4 under certain conditions, of course. There are only certain games I approve of. I am a parent who actually knows that the ESRB ratings aren't worth shit. If you want to monitor the stuff that your kids play, be willing to play it yourself. Be willing to take a look. Decide for yourself what is appropriate and what is not what is on some damn box. If you get your kids a
Yo,
game,
what's up at it's Cheesy McGee.
hey, what up, Cheesy? If you get your kids some kind of game, don't be dependent on what is on that damn box. Play it with them for a half hour, an hour, 2 hours. Fucking get into it with them. Help them beat it. Show them how to complete something. Show them how to not quit or not give up or not cheat. You know, a lot of shit gets talked about games, but if we're breaking it down and we're being honest here, games propel things in a lot of way, and they have a lot to offer in the way of teaching us things. They teach us repetition. That if we continuously try something, we will eventually succeed. It teaches them to not be afraid of losing. It teaches them to follow through on something. It teaches them a sense of completion. You know what I mean? This also grants parents opportunities to teach them things like etiquette, manners, respect, so on and so forth. These are more than they are anything else. They are good opportunities. And I'm going to try to show people how to do those things, how to incorporate those things into their life. Because you're doing two things. You're actually protecting them and you're preparing them. You know, if you don't lie to them, if you're honest with them, you tell them the reasons why you have decided that they will not be doing whatever they're doing, they may not
Schooling
understand.
people today?
A little bit, bro. A little bit. You know, but if you explain to them honestly why you are doing what you're doing, they may not understand. Matter of fact, there's like a 99% chance that they are not going to understand. And that's okay. They don't have to right now. Okay? They just have to remember it. They have to know that it's a rule that stands firm and can't be moved. That this is it, you treat it as a fact. Then when they grow up, at some point when they cross that road themselves, they will understand. Or they'll have more questions than you can explain, and
You
then they'll
play
understand.
Fortnite.
No, I actually don't, dude. I don't fuck with Fortnite a whole lot, dude. That's not really my thing. There's a ton of other people doing that stuff. You won't catch me doing that kind of stuff. You won't catch me riding what's popular, dude. I'm trying to do something new and original. Kind of mixing a whole bunch of stuff here, dude. It's a little bit of gaming, it's a little bit of family stuff, it's a little bit of dad stuff, it's a little bit of humor. You know what I mean? I'm trying to mix this all up. This particular show right here was both an equipment test in part, and I was getting my kids to tell me the stats of their characters while I was also preparing them to be actors, to be participants in this project because I want to do it as a family group. You know what I'm saying? I want to change everything, but I also don't want to miss a second of any of their childhood.
So,
So I thought,
you ever get your VR?
I did. I did get a VR, man. That thing is pretty awesome. And from time to time, I do still stream that. I stream stuff like, what is it? The Rec Room. Oh, I love the Rec Room. The Rec Room is this really new place. It's like a social place. But I'll tell you more about that in just a second. I want to wrap this up. But through this whole thing, you know, I just I want to do something that's both entertaining and and teaches people something, while at the same time teaches my family something and gives them something that they can go forward with. So hopefully I can pull this off, and hopefully I can reach some people. Hopefully I can,
Sweet, we'll
help
have
some
to
other
play.
people. I can teach some other people how to incorporate these things in their own life. Because even in small bits, any good is good. You know what I mean? Any little bit of good you can do adds to it. So no matter what, every time you do something good, no matter what, you always make it better. And there went my controller again. All right, so I'm fixing to rig up this other camera, and I'm gonna switch to.
I've never tried that Rec Room.
Rec Room is awesome, and it's free, bro. It's awesome, man. You get a lot. There's like a bunch of different game types in it. I'm glad you brought that up again because I did almost forget. But there's a bunch of different game types in it. There's, let's see, they've got like paintball, laser tag. They've got some like RPG kind of deal where you get like an archer, a magician, and a knight, and y'all set off into some adventure.
They've also got frisbee golf. There's like this thing. It's like it looks like a hot glue gun, but it's actually like a fabricator. Like you can make objects out of thin air with this thing. You know, it's almost like a paint tool for VR. It's really really cool. And they recently put out the ability to publish rooms. So you can make, build, and create
Sounds good.
anything you want. Yeah, and then like dedicate a whole room to it. Name it, put it up on a board, and then now they got this feature board too. Like, I love the fact that it's free, but this thing is evolving like PlayStation Home did. You know what I'm saying? It's starting off on a small scale, and it's going somewhere new and original each time. Like it's getting better all the time. It's they just added a pirate ship thing not too long ago. They started letting people publish game or publish rooms like Little Big Planet. So potentially this thing could have a ton of rooms, a ton of creativity. I've already seen a whole bunch of cool stuff too. I've already seen stuff like some Star Wars stuff that
Nice.
looks awesome, and a bunch of other themes too. I've seen shooting ranges and all kinds of stuff, man. It's really really cool. If you get it, dude, by all means, hit me up, man. I hang out with just about anybody, dude. The only rule I have is I don't hang out with trolls. I don't fuck with them. I don't argue with nobody. I don't fuck with trolls. So as long as you're cool, I'm cool. Send me a friend request over PlayStation, dude. I think I got plenty of room. But I'm
What
about
other
to.
VR games do you have?
I don't have a lot of VR games right now, really. I've got Rec Room, and actually, let me take a look. I've got them in a small list here. I moved some of them off not too long ago. I got Rec Room. I've got the VR Playroom. I got Rush of Blood, which Rush of Blood's really fun. I really love that one. And then I bought some other thing not too long ago, but I've already beat it. Some dinosaur farmer thing. I don't know what the hell it was. I beat it already, though. It was kind of silly. It was like a little top-down game, but you could zoom it in, max it out, pick up the characters and whatever. And I also had that Voltron game. That Voltron game was actually, it was okay, dude. That was actually a really really good one for kids. As an adult, it wasn't very entertaining, but I bet as a kid, it would have actually been challenging to them, while at the same time, really 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 pulling them in. Like I gotta say, VR in this era is gonna be a game changer because
You should get Star Trek.
I've heard that. I've heard, because it's both cross-platform, which speaking in which, so is Rec Room. Rec Room is cross-platform too. But not only is it cross-platform, but it goes into like every genre in Star Trek, dude. I'm not a huge Trekkie dude, but I'm a Trekkie. I love Star Trek. It's one of my favorites, dude. I think I've watched like everything. Um, there's just some things I won't rewatch. Matter of fact, every night here recently, that's what I've been watching. I've been watching uh the original Star Trek, the 1960s version. I've been rewatching those. I think I'm still in season one, but I think it only had like 3 seasons anyway. But them seasons were crazy long. There were like 20 or 30 something episodes a season, and they were all an hour. Like, whoa. So, yeah, I've been rewatching those. I really thought that'd be fun too.
Robinson the Journey is another VR game I recommend.
Robinson the Journey. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, man. Uh, Ooh, that feels better. It's been raining. I've been waiting on a cool breeze to come through here. But
Yay, Star Trek is FKN great.
oh, agreed, agreed. It's one of my favorites. The only one I don't like out of the series was Deep Space Nine. That like, I know they did stuff and they went stuff and it had some important plot points here and there, but ultimately, like, it wasn't very entertaining for me. Like, it was the only one. I'm like, we're not going nowhere. What are we doing? It's just another day at the damn space station. That's what, it's not, they're not going nowhere. There's no new exotic planets popping up or, you know, their biggest thing was like, oh, they run into all kinds of people because they're right next to like an interstate exit. Come on, that's boring as hell. It's like you live next to the one Stargate. You know what I'm saying? That's so boring. It's just an exit. You know? You're the equivalent of a shitty hotel in a small town. Yeah, I want to get out of here. But I'm about to test this here in just a second. I made this tripod, and I've actually been working on some props for this thing to be able to like close this. And I got a little pack that I built I got a little pack that I built that I can slide this into, and the neck extends. So when I'm wearing it, it'll actually be like over my shoulder, and I can do everything that I'm gonna do from this mount. That's a little wobbly, but through editing, I can do some camera stabilizing shit. I can cut off the outer
These
edges.
9 didn't pick until the season 4.
Wait, what? Oh yeah. That's what I've heard. Yeah, it didn't really get like unique. You know, it didn't stand out like the others did until in and around then. I will say though, Star Trek is a prime example of today's era, in just today's era alone. In the last 100 years, people become what they dream. You know what I mean? Like our parents grew up watching that shit, right? Bluetooth pieces, tablets, smartphones, even the damn doctor's things that they scan everybody with. We have every one of those things in less than 100 years. Dude, it took us almost 2,000 years to make an engine. In less than 100 years, we go from the engine to computers that can actually do the things that we dreamed up less than 100 years ago. You know what I mean? That is ridiculous. In like a 50-year process, we made what we imagined.
Yup.
You know what I mean? Like, and that speaks to humanity right there. That's not just survival. That is also that we literally fabricate what we imagine. It means we can pull something out of thin air. You know, basically. You know what I mean? So, to me, if it was to go any more forward, the biggest role in that's played is the dreamer, the one who originally thought that up, dude. That's the seed that it starts from. You got to dream first to have something to shoot to. You know what I mean? So I really like that concept, which is why in all the stuff I do, I try to be as original
Think
as I
how
possibly
it'll be
can.
100 years from now.
Oh, I know it's gonna be ridiculous. um, yeah, yeah, I can only imagine. You know, depending on how the next couple of years go, maybe we'll still be around to see it. Maybe. Or maybe our kids will. Either or. Community post. But I made this little, anyway, I made this little backpack that goes with this, that I can wear it on my back, and I can mount this thing to my back and actually do all the acting and stuff for this thing that I'm planning out. Because I have a character already, and I've actually already put a lot. It's hard to keep it a secret from my 4 kids. So what I've been doing is,
If we don't destroy ourselves.
yeah, right.
LOL.
Yeah, I completely hear you. Um, I've already kept the characters of mine that I'm doing pretty secret because I want to wait until I'm actually shooting this with the kids before they see it, and I want to kind of get their shocked faces and their natural reactions out of things. You know, I want it to be just as fun from my kids as it is entertaining for everybody else. I want them to be able to say that they had like an original childhood with people that cared and people that, you know, when they're older, they'll understand that the reason that we taught them and made them do what they had to do because we cared about them and we wanted them to survive and be happy and, you know, all the good things that parents want for their kids.
Damn chat thing is too slow, haha.
I just put that on backwards. I did, but it doesn't matter. Huh.
I hear
never
ya.
noticed that before. Yeah, the chat thing is a little delayed, unfortunately. That's actually another thing I'm going to test out when I do it off of this in a minute. I actually do want to see if it's responsive. I'm just going to host a small one from YouTube from my phone here in a minute. Tomorrow morning, I should be back on my regular schedule. I know this, I think I'm still calling it, I think I still accidentally named it the morning beta. I should have named it Ads Perspective because that's the new name of this particular show. It's going to be Ads Perspective. It's going to be every day, or at least Monday through Thursday, for about 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there. And it's usually just the passing thoughts that I have. And then for Friday, I'm going to start doing a recap on all of this shit I went over through the week. And I'm going to put it out more like a produced show. You know, it's going to be edited. It's not scripted because it's going to be based on things that happen naturally throughout the week. And I'll just pull up clips, edit whatever out, do a recap every Friday of stuff that goes on Monday through Thursday. And then each weekend usually has its own event. I usually do whatever special events I'm going to do on Friday too. So like car shows and stuff like that. I usually do those then. But in the meantime, I'll still be streaming my normal stuff, which is Tekken, Terraria, VR, which is Rec Room and Blood Rush, and but GTA Today probably pretty regularly. And let me explain the point to GTA Today and why I continuously do it. I love my kids, and I want to be at home. At the same time, every parent misses who they used to be. They want to go hang out with their friends. They want to do stuff with their buddies. So every night, right after I put my kids to bed, every parent knows that when you put your kids to bed, you can't go to bed yet. You gotta wait. You got like anywhere between
Nice, I'll
30
remember to
minutes.
troll you, lol.
No worries. And so every parent, knows you when you put your kids down, they don't immediately go to bed. So you put your kids down, and then like 30 to 40 minutes go by, and then maybe you can go to bed if they're already asleep. You always got to make sure they go to sleep first. So I use that time to hang out with my friends in that area. You know what I'm saying? And you know, go bullshit with them, hang out, make cash, dupes. I know tons of glitches and tactics and maneuvers, and these are all things I do for fun. But I wound up being the guy that everybody comes to ask, hey, is such and such out, or do you know how to do this? And just because I'm so interested in it, because I've been playing it so long, like most of the time I know what's going on. Even if I don't know how to do it myself, I can direct you to somewhere or someone that does, or I can verify whether it's true or not. Usually. If not, my opinion is uh, it's pretty accurate. And I'll tell you straight out if I don't know something or if I haven't heard that before. You know what I mean? I am a completely transparent person. Like, if I'm thinking something, I'm saying it. You know what I mean? And it's not, I'm never trying to be mean. I'm never trying to be personal, you know, but I'm going to be honest, and that to me is one of the most important things a person can be. So if you're honest, dude, you're saving everybody's fucking time. Like it or lump it, but you can always be honest. And I don't want to be anything but anyhow. That's just a personal thing to me. So, with that being said, and now I have a mission and a goal to do. I'm going to test out this camera, and in part, you're going to see how I'm starting to turn my home. I already kind of have. I already kind of did a while ago. But anyway, how I'm using my home and the things that we already live in. My house is like, it's super clean, like all the time. Like I don't have like OCD, but I've got like some OCD-ish things in my head. Like I have to have everything clean. I cannot live
Cool,
otherwise.
man, gotta get going.
All right,
Take it
thanks,
easy,
bub.
dude.
You too, bub. I'm about to hop off here anyhow. But my house is super clean all the time. So what I'm going to do is use my home as the studio. You know what I mean? And this will be part of it. This will be part of the process or part of the uh, a creative tool, I guess. Because the only thing I'm using for any of the stuff I make, and this goes in with how I only, I'm just a normal dad. I use a PlayStation and my phone to do everything. That's it. And I don't have a big expensive phone. I think this is in the 7 series. This isn't even anything recent. This is a 7 series. This is kind of old phone. Not old, just like a year, but whatever. And, I have the most ordinary people have one or of the other of these things. And everything that we're going to make and we're going to do, it's all going to come from junk. I'm trying to both show other people and my kids how to do anything you want. All you need is the wit and the will. That's it. That's all you need. They'll be able to make, if I could teach them how to do that, they'll be able to make all their own dreams come true. Like, they won't have to be handed nothing. You won't have to, like, babysit them. They will instinctively know. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shoot the other half of this with this in just a moment. And I'll get back to you guys tomorrow morning at a regular time. I got kind of derailed today because the school's let out early for, I guess we're having storms and tornadoes. I've been getting tornado watches and shit, but I don't put a lot of fear behind any of those things. It's not like I can do anything about it, dude. I live in an apartment. What am I going to do? Like bunker down in the bathtub on the 3rd floor? The hell is that going to do? Maybe not get hit by shrapnel. Jesus Christ. That's that stuff I just pretty much put in, I guess, God's hands or higher powers' hands or whatever, whoever you believe in. That's where I put it. I put it into a category of things that are outside of my control. I do not, if I can't control it or if I can't, then I have no need to worry about it. I'm not gonna let an X factor linger over me like that, haunt me. But anyway, Till tomorrow, man. Y'all have a good one. I hope everybody learned something or noticed something, or maybe even had an idea, something you want to do for yourself, or your kids, your family, whatever. And I hope y'all have a good day, man. Till tomorrow morning or later this evening in GTA today, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Later.